Alright, well, what's going on? It has been a long time since I made an update, which kind of sucks. So sorry for that in advance if anyone's actually following along. So anyway, since the last update, I made a bash bar, which is underneath the bumper. You can't really see right now. I'll have to make another video about that, which that'll come maybe tomorrow. It's nighttime outside, obviously. Anyway, today what I'm working on is doing the wiring harness. I'm stripping back all this tape on the wiring harness, and I'm wearing these gloves because this old electrical tape is super sticky and just really gross, and I didn't want to have sticky hands and stuff. It just sucks. So anyway, traced it back there. In the car, looks like an absolute mess. This is all unplugged connectors from the steering column over there. I already unwrapped all the wiring harness in here. Basically what I'm doing is just thinning out the wiring, getting rid of stuff that I don't need, like the radio, obviously, the heater core, all the AC controls. I don't need any of that stuff. Cruise I don't need. Yeah, just stuff like that. And a lot of this wiring right now is useless because I pulled out the power steering pump, I pulled out the AC, I pulled out the heater, the radio, that kind of stuff, the cruise control. So all that stuff is gone. So a lot of this wiring is not needed. And it's extra weight in the car, and it's just extra bulk that I don't want to look at. I mean, it might only be 3 or 4 or 5 pounds of wire total when I'm done with everything. But I mean, it's not really about the weight saving so much as it is just getting this stuff out of the car because it's just gross to look at. It's just that's a mess. So anyway, hopefully when we're done, we'll have a smaller bundle, about yay big, that I can just run across. I'm going to try and eliminate as many wires as possible from running across the tunnel. I'm going to try and make everything go out that way. So anyways, that'll be that. Obviously, I've got to keep everything running from the ECU, and a lot of that stuff runs straight out on the passenger side, so that shouldn't be too bad. But I know there are some stuff that comes from the driver side over here, so we're just going to try and minimize that, get rid of everything we don't need. Obviously, there's no speakers. These are not. Well, these seats did at some point, I believe, have headrest speakers in them, but they don't now. So I don't need the hookups that run along the floor here for that. So that's going to come out. The power antenna no longer exists, so that's coming out as well. So anyway, we're just getting rid of a lot of wiring, and then I've started. I don't know where that bar is. Oh, here, started a little switch panel, just out of some plexiglass and a couple cheap switches I picked up, just for things like the ignition and the fuel pump and that kind of stuff. This brace bar will go back in. I had to take that out to actually work on the harness. So anyway, that's that. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm just kind of, it's cooler out here now. It's the middle of December, and we still had a high of like 85 or 86 today. So been working on it a lot more at night. So anyway, that's pretty much that. I've got this side going as well. This one is pretty well done. You can see it all on the floor there. I don't really need to strip this. This is just for the headlight. I already know that. I might strip it back eventually because I'm going to rewrap all this with new wiring loom once I get all the wires I don't want in there out of there. So, but the problem right now is I've got to get all this wiring and these connectors here through the firewall a little bit so I can strip all that back, because those are just for these relays here. So anyway, that's for that. So whatever. But that's what we're doing, eliminating the wiring, cleaning everything up a little bit, and making it look a little better. As a side note, today I had the top up for the first time, and it doesn't really, these are wobbly, so I've got to kind of set those in the right position, however those go, so that the top will latch good and waterproof. Also, I'm not sure if I made a video since then. It's been a long time since I updated, but I did say that I was going to get a new power window regulator for this side because this one was broken. So I found one of those. A guy's got one for like $60, which they're just expensive in general, I guess. So whatever. I was thinking about buying a brand new one because this driver window is starting to slow down quite a bit compared to the passenger. So I might take this one out of here, put it in this one, and then swap it over. I've got to double make sure that they're the same. That all NAs can transfer over. I'm almost positive they can. Everything that I've known about these cars so far, all the NA parts are swappable, the 1.6 and the 1.8. So, so got to look into that. So get the regulator, and then get the window that's sitting on that shelf over there back in here, and then make that whole deal work. The guy's also got a door for sale because this door is pretty beat up, but I think I'm just gonna end up pulling these couple of dents down here and just either you know, this thing has like 10 layers of paint on it. This stuff is about as thick as a fingernail, maybe a little more actually, and so it's been repainted 1,000 times, so I might just sand that out and just you know, not even worry about getting a new door. But anyway, that's where we sit as of now. So yeah, I'll be making updates. I'm going to be trying to make updates a little more frequently. Life's been crazy, but you know, that's kind of how it is sometimes, work and all that stuff. And unfortunately, we just found out that my dog has lung cancer, so I think we're going to have to be putting her down pretty soon. So life has just really been kind of crazy, and it's been getting in the way of updates. But I am going to try and update a little bit more often once everything kind of smooths out a little bit. So anyways, that's where we sit, and see you soon.